You were there last night, and I'm sure that it was not easy, that it was emotional for you and your family. But as I mentioned, a lot has changed politically since that happened 3 months ago. Can you give me a sense of the state of things on the ground in Pennsylvania where you just were?
Yeah, well, let me just briefly say, Dana, that it really was a beautiful moment yesterday in Butler. And I think it was really important.
Hey my loves, you're welcome back to my channel. So it's your girl Bibi Herfros. Guys, I am back again for another reaction video, and today's title, we're going to be reacting to Lara Tropt humiliates Dana Bash when she attempts disrespecting her family on live TV. Guys, this is a live TV and I just can't wait to watch how Lara Tropt humiliated Dana Bash. Guys, this is gonna be incredible, right? So without further ado, without wasting much of our time, let's get right into this video.
You were there last night, and I'm sure that it was not easy, that it was emotional for you and your family. But as I mentioned, a lot has changed politically since that happened 3 months ago. Can you give me a sense of the state of things on the ground in Pennsylvania where you just were?
Yeah, well, let me just briefly say, Dana, that it really was a beautiful moment yesterday in Butler. And I think it was really important in terms of healing for this country. I don't think any of us will forget, whether you love Donald Trump or not, where you were when you found out what had happened to him on July 13th. And that's a traumatic thing to happen to a country. And I can tell you, when we got off the plane yesterday, I was a little bit emotional, and I got to sit right next to Helen Comparator, Corey Comparator's widow, and his two daughters. And it was a really beautiful tribute. And I think it was important for Donald Trump to go back and create new memories for the people of Butler, Pennsylvania. And that's exactly what you saw yesterday. But listen, you're right. The polling would indicate that things are neck and neck. I can tell you there were over 100,000 people at that rally there last night. I have never seen a crowd like that. You couldn't even see standing on the stage how far back the audience went. And I think that shows you that there is continued enthusiasm and growing enthusiasm for Donald Trump. And I think as every day goes by, we are 30 days away from this election. People are really considering what kind of America they want to live in. Do you want to get back to a time where you have great economic policies, where you have more money in your pocket, a secure southern border, and peace agreements instead of wars breaking out around the world? They remember, I think, Dana, who brought them that? It was Donald J. Trump. And that's why I believe on November 5th, he's going to be victorious in this race.
Laura, I want to ask you about something that the former president said last night on that stage, specifically about Hurricane Helene in your home state of North Carolina. He said that FEMA is only offering $750 to Americans who have had their homes destroyed. That's not true. He's also echoing conspiracy theorists online who falsely claim that the administration is redirecting disaster money for undocumented immigrants. That's also not true. Why is he spreading misinformation in a crisis like that? And does that concern you about your fellow North Carolinians and how and whether they could actually get help?
I'm incredibly concerned in North Carolina. I hear every day from people on the ground there, and they are desperate for help. It is a dire situation there. I actually think we don't even know the extent yet of truly how bad it is there. And look, Kamala Harris did come out and say it's $750 per family right now. The idea that we've spent $650 million in fiscal year 24 on the migrant crisis that Kamala Harris was responsible for stopping, and by all accounts, she created by having an open door policy at our southern border,
but
is
Laura,
infuriating.
Laura, let me just stop you right there.
Of this country.
Let me just stop you right there, because I just want to not let this get out there. You are right that FEMA is giving $750, but that is a first step. It's for immediate needs. It's called the serious needs assistance.
Dana, and said that they are out of money in terms of their hurricane relief. We have another hurricane heading towards Florida right now.
What they have said is that there is money
right now. Why don't they have anything in order? Why is it that right now the citizens in Western North Carolina are screaming for help, and it's having to come from local citizens? People from my hometown of Wilmington are driving across the state 6 hours to go to the mountains and help people.
It is bad.
Where is our federal government? Why are they out of money?
It is bad there, but my question is about the misinformation, particularly the notion that they are moving money to migrants, you say undocumented migrants, which FEMA says flatly is not true. And if people are not getting correct information, then they can't go for assistance as they have been asked for. I just want to quickly play what Senator Tom Tillis.
Let me just say for 1 second.
Go ahead.
You have migrants being housed in luxury hotels in New York City. We have paid so much money from our tax dollars into the crisis that didn't need to happen. We could redirect money to help people immediately on the ground in North Carolina or in Florida, where we're probably going to have a situation coming up in the next several days.
That's a separate tranche of money. That's a separate tranche of money. I want you to listen to.
I want you to. This migrant crisis hasn't been a disaster for every American. It is a big problem,
but that has nothing to do with the people in your home state right now. I want you to listen to what the Republican senator from North Carolina, Tom Tillis, said about the rescue and recovery efforts.
I'm actually impressed with how much attention was paid to a region that wasn't likely to have experienced the impact that they did. For anybody who thinks that any level of government, anybody here, could have been prepared precisely for what we're dealing with here, clearly are clueless. But right now, I'm out here to say that we're doing a good job.
So he and others are saying, please, to the former president and to others, stop spreading misinformation because it's hurting people in North Carolina.
I'm so glad to hear that he feels that way, but it's coming directly from people there. You can go online and you can look at videos of people recording themselves and posting online saying, we need help. No one has come here. We have nothing. And no one has even addressed the situation in my neighborhood or my area. So I'm glad to hear that he feels very good about that. And I hope that we hear more of that. I want them to recover there as soon as possible. And it's tragic, the loss of life that we've already seen. I think that number, sadly, is going to continue to go higher. And it's a tragedy all around.
I want to turn to something that we learned this week about from prosecutors on Donald Trump's role in trying to overturn the election results in 2020. When Mike Pence's life was in jeopardy, an aide told prosecutors that Trump said, quote, "So what?" Do you think that's an appropriate response to the notion that his vice president's life appeared to be in danger?
Well, I think that this is a ridiculous ploy, of course, in 30 days to an election to try and dissuade people from voting for Donald Trump. You know, the January 6th situation has been amplified to a level that I don't think is almost believable to so many people right now, when they're struggling to put food on the table for their families, when they're struggling to fill up their gas tanks, when you have dog and cat euthanization rates at an all-time high right now, because people are going to have to turn over their animals because they can't afford to have a family pet right now. When you have wars breaking out around the world, this is not the top concern for the people of this country. And the fact that this is coming to the forefront just speaks volumes about the fact that the Democrats probably don't feel good about their candidate of Kamala Harris. This is not the main concern of the American people. They want their affordable life back. They want jobs back. They want their country back, and they want their safety and security back. And they know who brought it to them. It's Donald J. Trump.
Let me talk about where we are right now, because we are 30 days away from an election. So let's look ahead to how Donald Trump will respond to the results of this election. Polls, of course, show that it is very, very close. It could go either way. Is there any circumstance in which Donald Trump would accept a defeat and concede?
Well, of course, if he feels that this is a free, fair, and transparent election, which, by the way, is my #1 goal at the RNC. You mentioned at the top, I am the co-chair of the Republican National Committee, and our #1 charge has been trying to make sure that we restore faith in our electoral process. There were a lot of people after 2020 all across this country who felt like maybe they couldn't trust that system. We want to restore the faith in that because it is really foundational, Dana, to who we are as a country, as American citizens. Every vote matters and every vote counts. And we have extended this offer to our friends across the aisle at the DNC. Please, at the DNC, please come join us in this pursuit of election integrity. And so we want every person to feel when they go vote in America, whether they're voting Republican, Democrat, or third-party candidate, their vote matters and their vote counts. And assuming everything is free, fair, and transparent, absolutely. If Donald Trump loses this election, he has said himself he will be happy to accept those results.
Part of the reason why people are so unsure about what happened in 2020 is because Donald Trump claimed that it wasn't a free and fair election. And there is no evidence to prove that. There were, 60 lawsuits where lawyers like the ones that you're hiring went through the process, which he had every right to do. And there was no evidence of widespread fraud. His Attorney General, Bill Barr, said that again. So it sounds like you're setting up the same question of free and fair when that is what we saw. So again, do you see a scenario where he will take a different approach this election year?
Well, we are setting things up differently from the RNC standpoint. And we, instead of having to respond days, weeks, or months later to any issue that we might have, are going to have people in the room every time a vote is cast and counted so that we can ensure if there is any question about anything, we're addressing it right then in that moment. We're not waiting later. Those lawsuits you referenced, by the way, the vast majority of them were not dismissed based on merit. They were dismissed on clerical errors. And if you go back and look at that election, let's just be honest. Everybody watching this understands that was a very different, very unique election. Laws were changed state by state illegally. It's the state legislature that decides the voting laws in each state. That didn't happen, and it was because of COVID-19. You had poll watchers who had to stand across a room and couldn't even see anything going on. You had massive information coming out that people just said, I don't understand what's going on here, and we never got answers to that. We're trying to...
And then everything still lies in the hands of the masses. Everything lies in the hands of the citizen. Who do you think is fit to occupy the presidential seat? We've seen the record of Trump. I am not yet to come and say, oh, I'm for this, I'm for that. But then record speaks. Action speaks louder than voice. Now, when you look at other people's manifesto, you discover that they keep talking and talking, but when you look at Trump's own, within just few minutes, he's already listing out the things he would do and the things that would better the country, America. So I think we really need to sit down and get this right. The last time Trump failed, he didn't win the election. Everyone think, oh, there's gonna be war, third world war and all that, they're gonna be disasters and all that, destructions, but everything was still calm. Everywhere was calm. There was nothing like that. Even though we knew that, yes, he deserved it, but then there was nothing like that. And now the years have elapsed again. The years keep elapsing, and it's time for us to elect a new body. Tell me the candidate that resonates well with you. The candidate regime that resonates well with you. We know that Donald Trump has done a whole lot. It's not something we can hide anymore. Your decisions matters. The person you place on that presidential seat matters. The person that would rule or lead the masses plays a huge factor into bettering the country. And so we're not just looking at, just a day or 2 days, or because this person is this and that, I'm for this party and all that. I've said this countless times in my previous video. Let's open our eyes and vote the right person. Come November 5th, everything is fast approaching. Let's not be blindfolded. If we don't make the right decision now, trust me, we have 4 years to come or more before we'd have this opportunity to elect a new body. So I'm not here to talk too much because I don't know it all, but I need you guys comment down in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Tell me who you think fits for that position. You can place it down in the comment section below. We need to know. Be free and be very cautious with your comments. I don't know it all, but then I'm talking based on my own perspective, and I believe we are people from diverse background, ethnicity, and all that. So we have the way things resonate with us. We have our own way of reasoning. All right. So tell me what you think down in the comment section below. I still remain your favorite reactor, BB Harry First. BB Harry First Reacts. You guys, you're welcome to my channel. I love you guys so much, and thank you for all you do on my channel. I do not take it for granted. You guys are so amazing. I see you guys love. I see your comments. You guys are so wow. So if you would love content like this, kindly let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna be dishing more of this. I love you guys so much, and don't go too far, trust me. And if you haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe, like this video, give us a huge thumbs up, share this video. A lot of people need to see this. They need to be abreast. They need to open their eyes to know and be aware of making the right choices when electing people that would lead the country. All right. I love you guys so much, and stay blessed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.